This video we're going to talk about our next automation, which is our dynamic data update, which can also be seen here in the schedules and automation. So a dynamic data update is a parameter that we can add to a field that gets updated every day when it's compared to a date. So let's just have a look. We're just going to say how long in stock. We'll just create a field called part number. And then we'll do another one, date field. And we'll just say days in stock. We're going to make that a plain data field. So now what we'll do is add a few records. So I'm just picking random historical dates for this example. So the next thing we need to do is add a parameter to our days in stock, and that's going to automatically tell us how many days since this one has been added. Now it's worth remembering it is possible to do this live in the form, but that's useless for old data. We want to do this automatically every day. So I'll go to edit mode. We go to days in stock, and we will go down to our dynamic data update. So update value based on another date field. And I'm going to pick date added to stock. And what happens is at midnight, this runs and it calculates what's the current date against the date that we've just set there. So I'll double check that again. Let's edit. So even though that happens at midnight, keep in mind that for the purpose of this exercise, for the purpose of this video, I have actually these things running every minute. So I'm going to pause it for less than a minute, we'll say, and we'll refresh the screen then. So I'm back in and the minute mark has passed, so I'll just refresh the screen. And now you can see that all these numbers have updated. We'll just edit one. So we'll just say, we'll make this the first. So at the moment it doesn't do it in the form. I'll do that in a second using all stuff that I've showed you in the past. So this is currently wrong because I'm after changing the date, but this only runs every minute or on the live system every day. So what we'll do is just wait for the next minute to pass. So now refresh because we've just reached the next minute. And as you can see, this updated to 43. So I'm just going to do one more small thing, which is not officially part of this video, but it's just to keep in mind and a nice reminder of the features I have shown you in the past to just improve this a little. So if I add another date, which would be today's date, so we just do a date field. And then instead of making this plain data, I could make this a time date difference field. So this field allows you to compare values of two dates. It also allows you to compare values of time. But in this case, we'll do the date. So I'm going to say where the start date is date added to stock and the end date is today. And it compares the two, and the formats to read, you can decide this is what it's expecting. And then the output, we can say we're going to round the number to single days because you can have decimals as well if you want. And we'll get onto the schedulers later on. So now, when I add a new record, when I change this date, this one automatically updates, and that's the date difference field. And this means that if I edit them, we'll have the same effect. So let's say this one, well, this one didn't, it's not a great example because this didn't have today, but so we'd have to put this back to today. And as you can see, that's updating. So that's our date difference field. Again, remember you can choose formats for both the start and end date. So it doesn't have to be using the date field that we just checked for comparison. It can be using an auto generate or anything you have. You can also go down to decimals. And here you can click this link to see the date formats that you can use. So that'll give you a nice understanding of which ones represent what. And then we have time difference as well, which we'll be doing in a different video. So the final thing to add is what's very valuable from this is because these values are at certain, because these column is at certain values, you can set other things to be triggered based on certain values you might require. So for example, you could say, let's do a mail alert. We want to send the admin an alert when the part has been in stock for 50 days because it shouldn't be in stock for that long. And that's what we'll be doing in the next video when we look at the mail alert schedules. Thanks, bye bye.